What's going on? What's going on? I had to get fly for y'all today. Wearing my Lacoste little dusty sweater, musty as hell. But guys, I really don't go live like that. And when I do, I typically am going through something in my mind, or I want to kind of really get a lot of stuff off my chest, which is what I've been doing the last few days. And then I'll just won't go live for like hella long or whatever, right? But I want to talk about something that is really important, which is like in my honest opinion, the prostitution of Black Americans in Africa. This is not to insinuate that people are attacking you, are prostituting you, are trying to get over on you because you are a Black American. Okay? So that's the first thing. I don't want nobody to clip it up and to say this is just another attack from Africans onto Black Americans. For the most part, continental Africans have never really dealt with Black Americans. So if you come into their territory, this is the ecosystem that can happen. Whites complain about this. Asians complain about this. A lot of people complain about this. So anybody will experience this, but I'm making this for the Black American community because it's a different style of prostitution. Okay. First of all, many African governments have really put it out there since Ghana in the mid 2010s, in the 2019, 2018, that they want the Black American diaspora, Caribbean diaspora, or their own diaspora to return home. Okay. Before this time, I'm pretty sure everybody got scammed in Africa, or people got scammed in Africa. But again, governments did not target effectively Black Americans as before. Meaning that, just imagine Bitcoin. Bitcoin was there, but once Bitcoin started to get adopted, then everybody started adopting Bitcoin. So now all governments, whether they want to know it or not, especially Anglophone countries, Uganda, Kenya, Sierra Leone, Nigeria, those who speak English, they're all witnessing what Black Americans or the Caribbean diaspora or Nigerian Americans can do in coming back to the continent. They understand that it is a missed opportunity that they have really failed to get. And so now they're trying to catch up to the times, right? So you see Ghana came out with it. Now everybody's following suit. Kenya spent a lot of money on tourism, and that's big, big money, right? Tourism dollars are real big money for a country. And so again, they'll take whites and the guerrilla tourism and all that stuff. But the tourism coming from the Black community is an untapped resource. So all governments are going to be in on it. Look at what's going on right now in Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso is Francophone. We have no real connection to Burkina Faso, but now with Dr. Eric Kana and that whole situation, there was a 5-year residency permit because everybody wants to get in on it. And this is not that people want to get in on the scam. Governments want your development. Okay, if you have skills that you can pass on, they want it. If you can bring industry, they want it. That increases the taxpayer base, that increases the development of the country, so they will take it. Okay, I don't think governments mean for you to be scammed, but it does happen. If you are a person that has a lot to offer, okay, maybe you don't, maybe you do. Somebody like myself, where I'm not trying to say like I'm a big time figure in this, but I'm quite known. I have disposable income. All right. People will want to approach you. Even if you don't have hella disposable income, you're Black American, you're Caribbean, you're Nigerian American, you're Ugandan American, you're Black British. People are going to approach you. especially if they see that what you are doing is working. This is the important part. If you come with any level of legitimacy, I'm not talking about you just come into the continent with like $10,000, $20,000 trying to make it. I'm talking about if you have proof of concept, people are going to hound you. Even Black Americans in Africa, but if you got proof. Because what people want to first do is to establish legitimacy for themselves. Okay? And in Africa, you get a lot of these people who are like what I would say middlemen. Okay? Middlemen people who are in between careers, people who are looking for what they call deals. You guys, press 1 if you've heard that kind of ideology. People in Africa, a lot of times, are searching for a big deal, contracts, introducing people to somebody else and getting a commission. So you got a lot of people who are deal makers, lower level deal makers. And so what happens is if you're legitimate, shout out to Gail at Night, okay? Let's say if Gail at Night is legitimate and I'm a person that don't have anything, but if I can befriend her and she is connected to somebody, I automatically get legitimacy. Number 1, I am legitimate now. Even if I was not legitimate before, but because she's legitimate, I'm going to use her legitimacy. This is the same thing Agabatu Masimi did with me. Agabatu Masimi worked at the time Diageo. He was not by himself legitimate. You ask anybody in Uganda. If he get mad about it, let him say I'm lying. Okay? He might have been smart. He wasn't even that good at UBL. Nobody liked him. Let's be real. Smart guy, can talk good. But as far as a business, he's a terrible entrepreneur. Failed business, not successful, poor for the most part. Never even been on a business class flight all his life. He's not successful. But meeting me, a person like O'Shea Duke Jackson, somebody knows me, people know me, I have free capital. If he can attach himself to me, he is now legitimate. So basically, all the stuff that I do, he can attach himself to it because I'm rocking with O'Shea. Okay? Now, usually people do that because they have, number 1, messed up a lot of opportunities in their own community. You ever sit back and think about, like even Agaba, I'll even use him. You ever think about, these Africans have so many connections and contacts. They'll know people in the government. They'll know people in the private sector. They'll know people everywhere. Like literally, Agaba could call a bunch of people. And you'll be like, man, as a Black American, I wish I had those connections. How come he is from the same tribe? He has all these people. He knows everybody. And you will always meet people on the continent. If you get somewhat close to them, they know everybody. They know brand managers. They know people to get in the door, but those people won't do nothing for them. And to us as Americans or Black Caribbeans or Black British, we're enamored because most of us in America, it's hard for us to get access to those kind of people. It's really not a big deal in Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, Uganda to get that kind of access to people like that. It is for us. Because if you're connected on the inside like that in America, you got to be somebody. In Africa, you don't have to be nobody to get those kind of connections. But the reason why those connections don't work is because they've already burned their bridges inside of their communities. Most of those people, including Agaba. When you go back, you hear about him, you listen to what people said about him. Nobody wants to work with him. Unfortunately, it's too late for me now. But he had no legitimacy in the Ugandan private sector anymore. He was done. So to rebuild it, let's attach myself to this new community that's building outwards. Because most people that's Black Americans or Black British or Caribbean in Africa, you go to any country, you go to Nigeria, South Africa, guess what you have to do? You have to build a whole new system that works for you. Because you can't operate in the same system that Africans are operating in. It doesn't work. You can't get no money there. You can't be successful there. What's up, big bro? And he's talking about the Indians and Lebanese, and all they do is build outside of what's going on. They don't typically allow Ugandans or those people to manage their businesses. It'll always be top down, Indian management, Ugandans on the bottom, and they build this whole system outwards, and they exclude a lot of Ugandans from making decisions. Black Americans are different in culture. We will accept Ugandans or Kenyans or Africans into our family if they solid. We will give them the same opportunities that we would give somebody else. That's the difference. And most Africans in general are like that. Most blacks are like that. But Indians, Lebanese, and Chinese are not like that. Okay? That's the difference. Fundamentally, that's the difference. Whereas we are willing to intermarry, we willing to, adopt, we willing to do this because that's kind of how we grew up. We're going to look at them as they, like that. Right? So we're going to include them into our decision-making process. And that's and I'm not saying you shouldn't do that because I've done it and it's worked. Like I said, I love Rachel. I love Jonita. You can meet good people in Africa. This is not for you to say that. But then you have people, and typically what I'm going to tell you who people are, they're typically over 35. 35 and up, you should always be weary of people like that. They've already learned bad habits. If they're in their 40s, look out. Because they've already had to develop in an ecosystem that's unfair. So again, you have to build a separate system anyway. So once this separate system that you're building is getting momentum, here comes the guy that wants to attach to your new system because it's a new lifeline. And here's his opportunity to come in and say, I like what you're doing, but I can make that better. I know some people. And guess what? They're not lying. They do know some people. We're going to get into that in a minute. They do know some people. They do know some people. Okay? The first step in this process, the person who says he knows some people, and in this case, it was a Gabatuma Seme who was legitimately employed by Diageo, aka UBL, Uganda Breweries. It's a subsidiary. So I had every reason to believe that he was legitimate because he was legitimately employed by a high-level, top, fast-moving consumer goods giant like Diageo, Johnny Walker, Bailey's. And again, people like these guys attach to the clout of the brands they work for. So again, this is what they do. They attach themselves to things that already have legitimacy. Crooks do that. You would never look at Uganda Waragi and say it's a crook. You would never look at V&A Sherry and say it's a crook. These are local brands, right? You would never look at Bailey's and say it's a crook. You would never look at Johnny Walker and say it's a crook. You would never look at Guinness and say it's a crook. You would never look at Tanqueray and say it's a crook. You would never look at Ciroc and say it's a crook. So as Americans, we think that because you're associated with Diageo, you must be safe. It's not like I'm meeting somebody that's not, because he wouldn't have that job, right? That's how we're going to think about it. But again, they've already got legitimacy from a brand they're already destroying. Then they come and they attach to your legitimacy. So boom, how does the process work? You are building something separate because you're forced to. You got the Ghanaian meetups, the Kenyan meetups in the diaspora. You have people building certain businesses or people coming and going. Like we have that in our diaspora group. We have people who have businesses in Uganda, but they're going back and they're working, right? So they're kind of in and out. So those of us who are staying here, we're developing the groundwork. And then like I got one of my buddies from South Carolina, he's going back and he's working like 9 months out the year, he come back. And then the whole time, like, if we have his fiance or somebody else's fiance, we'll hire that person. So all the money is in our group. So our group consists of Black Americans, Black British, and some Ugandans. And typically those Ugandans that we have, either they're managing the studio, like Rachel Jonita, or it's somebody that they're married to. Or the Giles in Kansas City, they need somebody on the ground, we'll be on the ground. Something like that. So people are in and out of the country. So the money's always coming in too, right? And so that money compounds in this new system that we have, right? Because we're building this new system. So when somebody is out in, let's say, Kansas City, shout out to the Giles, they in South Carolina, they sending money back here to do their stuff. That money is coming in. And the middleman understands that. The money is in this new system, okay? So the first thing he has to do is get into the system to prove that he can help the system. And of course, what they will do is they will try to come in on a level of consultancy. And so the thing is, listen, I'm not trying to stop what you're doing already. Like a middleman can't come in and tell me how to run a podcast or how to run a studio. He knows he can't do that. And so he will cede on that style of argumentation. He won't even do that. But what he wants to do is drag you into some level of doubt and say, listen, man, what you got going on is great, like the Pan-African dating show. So here's how we can get a deal with V&A Sherry. Here's how we can make a run with Kiss condoms. And let me show you exactly how we can do it. Ask, you don't believe me? Ask Africa Ever After. I probably would have got them scammed too if they would have went with it, because the layout of it was so beautiful. And this is one of the things that middlemen can do in Africa. On paper, in theory, presenting Microsoft Word presentations or Microsoft Excel, Google Docs, they are excellent. Most East Africans, Kenyans, Ugandans are splendid presenters on how something should work. Let me say it again. This is how Americans get scammed. They are excellent, especially if you do not know the private sector and things are, let's say, foggy for you. You don't understand kind of what's going on. You know, things are a little bit, like I said, hazy. You kind of don't know what's going on. It's going to sound real perfect because, again, they have to create some level of doubt to say, I know the private sector and you don't. Okay? So here's what we can do. Now, the reality is that a middleman doesn't want to work. The middleman doesn't want to put in any work. They want to consult. And that's the easiest money to get is consult. In fact, Agaba right now has a bullshit consulting company called 149 Adventures, which he, for 14 years, ain't got a doorknob on the motherfucking company. Ain't got a door on the company. Ain't got a client on the company. Ain't got a camera in the company. He's talking about he doing videography. He's a liar. He ain't got nothing on the company. But his way is to sell you a consulting package of $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. And of course, it's not going to work. But he got $3,000 for doing nothing. Because talented people and most people that want to work with Americans, they can't do anything outside of their talent. Let's say, for example, if things get tough, things get hard, and they got to pull on something else outside of their God-given talent, they'll freeze up. Like, the thing about Americans being in Africa, we're constantly on defense. Right? So it's forcing us to adapt to them. They're not adapting. You get a black American in Uganda and they stay there from 2020. 2024, that person's different now. The African person, for the most part, is still the same because their idea and their goal is to extract. Most people, not all people, I'm talking about most of these business people in private sector, they want to extract. Now, the black American will get scammed, but he's going to learn more about the people and more about everybody else. And the Indians and Lebanese do this. They learn more about them. By the time 2026 comes, that leverage can be, you can force them to defend territory now. And what African middlemen want to do is they want to keep you guessing, keep you covering ground mentally, and to create doubt and opacity. Okay? So now, once they get into your trusted network, because they've done a few things that are good, and this happened with a guy, he passed away. I don't want to call the guy's name. He passed away in January. I don't want to speak ill of the dead, but he was also a guy like this. He passed away in Uganda. He was also a person that was, if you ask Black Americans, he got me for some money. Not good. But I'm not gonna talk ill of the dead. He was like, he used these same tactics. In fact, Africa ever after they met the guy. He's now dead though. Died in his sleep. But he was a straight user. These same tactics. So then, once they get you into this situation where they're kind of in the network, the next thing they do is, here's where the prostitution comes in. Introducing you to legitimate friends. In this case, there was a brand manager who was no longer working for Uganda Breweries Limited, who owned a restaurant. I'm not going to mention the guy's name because he's already been defeated. But he had a restaurant. And Agaba said, let's go to my buddy's restaurant. And the person was a manager of 3 brands that were iconic in Uganda. We go there. Then the plans are, let's have the speed dating events there. Then what they start doing is start buttering you up. Oh man, such and such is solid. Such and such is cool. He's quote unquote switched on. Okay? He's not like everybody else. Now this is important. Why am I going over this for you? He now starts talking up to this person while downing the rest of the people in the private sector. He says, yes, I agree. It's scammers that are there. You got to watch out for them. But you see me, I know this guy. He's different than the rest of the people. He's not like them. So now this person could have done, and typically what they'll do some things for you that's good once or twice. This is the same thing that happened to the brother that passed away. He's the one that brought 19 keys into Uganda. The first thing, he came to me, he saw me online. First thing, he did me a solid. The second thing was a scam. So they start off at first good. And while they're good, that's when they're hitting you with the boom, 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 boom recommendations. They're bringing their network in, and their network will have restaurants. Some of them may have hotels. Oh, he came from a good family. You look at the person on LinkedIn, he's going to all these good boarding schools. There's a very popular ones, Budo, you got Smack, you got all these schools, and he's in these networks. So when you see this stuff, there's no way that person is dealing in opacity. That's a lie. Now, the other person also understands. What you don't know is he's telling the other person behind the scene, O'Shea got money. These Black Americans got money. Julius and Zara got money. Yeah, I'm in their diaspora group. And then what happened was, at first, when Julius and Zara actually were in control of our diaspora group. And at first we only had, I'm gonna tell the truth, I'm pretty sure they don't mind me saying this. We had a Black American only diaspora group at first. It wasn't because, we were trying to, put out anybody else, but we just had only Black Americans in it. And so we had a conversation. Should we expand other people? Because we had TJ there from the UK, and it basically X'd him out of the community, and he was going out with us, and we thought that he was very fair, and so there were some other people, so we extended it to other folks. Once we did that, Agaba was like, "Oh man, that's how y'all not bringing me in there." So what did he bring? He brought in his little crew. His little crew was from Rwanda. Some of them were Rwandese Americans. Some of them was Ugandan American. Some of them people, but again, they was okay, but they didn't really add any true value to the group at all. These were people who I think were willing to take some level of an opportunity if they were given, but they were for the most part pretty cool. Okay. Now they start bringing these people to you that they know. Typically they work with or whatever else. And so what happens is all of a sudden friction starts coming. So freaks gonna start coming for whatever reason, not because of them, and they'll come in, you know what, man, respectfully, I respect what you do, but you should let me handle that. Okay? You should let me handle that. This is what I can do for you. Because I see you've been struggling with this. What you should be doing is focus on making videos, but this African stuff, you don't need to deal with this because you're a boss, bro. Like, you don't need to be dealing with this type of stuff. Let me handle that. Right? Okay, cool, man. Thanks for looking out. Because for me, like, it's nothing for me to pay you to do that. I don't want to deal with it anyway. Boom. You give them control, all of a sudden, you see the attitude start changing. They start being mean to people in the circle. Not necessarily your employees, but that could happen. They start being rude. It's almost like they're trying to do a takeover over the business. Again, they get into your shit and start acting like it's theirs. Then what happens is, let's go to the prostitution points. The prostitution starts to happen when the buddies they're bringing you to. Thank you so much to go brother. The prostitution I was talking about. In one situation, we was going to have an event. We went to a lounge by the name of Tails Lounge in Bukoto. Shout out to Tails. I like Tails. Sometimes, I'll be there getting a glass of wine. I ain't never there for no longer than 5 minutes. We wanted to have a speed dating event at Tails in July. We didn't have it there. We had it somewhere else. I mean, you can Google where we had it at. And that's the brand manager I'm talking about that got let go. Okay? We went there and all of a sudden something went wrong with the negotiation. I left it up to Agaba and another person to do the negotiation. The negotiation fell through. Agaba comes back and says, bro, we need to have the event over at the person's place. So who had to go and do the negotiation? Agaba didn't do the negotiation. I went to go do the negotiation. Of course, I'm not a good negotiator. I was, I'm making so much money at the time. I want to negotiate it and get it out. The money that I end up paying at this place would have been the same as the other place. And you think that he didn't have some level of hookup with that? Because the thing is, O'Shea is coming there to negotiate. I don't have proof of this, but I can pretty much tell you how it went. I need a kickback on that. That's the prostitution. So let's make this thing difficult so that he doesn't achieve what happens here. So that he has to be forced to go over and deal with you. And then once he comes and deals with you, now remember, that's my contact. That's me. You wouldn't have knew him if it wasn't for me. He's my guy. So what? Shackles on your feet. I think you owe me something. Boom. Now we enter the prostitution game. So then they start fighting over you. Like, imagine if you could sneak a female into a female prison, or you could say, imagine you could put a female into a male prison, or it happens to some men, and the men, they have a dude that they're sexually exploiting. Okay, they can pass that guy around to settle debts, to do things like that. It's prostitute. Okay, so behind the scenes, you don't even know you're being priced out. Like this guy who passed away. I'm gonna tell you why I fell out with him. Okay. He brought Terrence Howard into Uganda. Okay. He brought Terrence Howard into Uganda. I had just went, we was in Barara. We went to this nice resort. It was amazing. I had a good time. I have no problem with the people at the resort. It was good. He then tried to get me to cover Terrence Howard's visit. Not Terrence Crawford, Terrence Howard. Terrence Crawford is a boxer. Terrence Howard is an actor. And so he said, listen, man, Terrence Howard at the airport, I need you to come and bring your stuff and film his whole thing here. I said, you're a motherfucking lie. Number one, like and also when you try to reach out to them and talk to them, they always ghost you too. They only really call you when they want something. Okay. So I said, bro, listen, You want me to come and do what? Yeah. I said, man, I make too much money to come and do that. I'm not stopping what I'm doing because you need somebody. I make more money than you. So here's what you can do. If you can pay me $3,000 every day, and you need to go ahead and put that money into my account right now, I'll send my guys over there. If not, get the fuck off my phone. What? Oh. I mean, that's what they all do. Just no accountability. They just start making that dumbass sound. What? I end up blocking dude. Okay? But the idea is I bring Terrence Howard, I bring my staff there. He's promising me, oh, you're going to get publicity for this. This is another thing they do. They love to promise people publicity. I'll have Terrence Howard come on to your dating show. Terrence Howard is married to an Asian chick. Who is KBM 254? Hold on, let me send you back to the glory hole with your daddy. Okay, thank you, sir. So Terrence Howard is married to an Asian woman. He's promising me, and I wish they say that I'm lying, bro. Like, even though the person has passed away, I got all these receipts. Y'all don't want this to come out. Y'all don't want to come out. And I'm going to leave it alone. Because he's dead now. So he's trying to get me to do all the work for free, but he is getting paid behind the scenes. And there was one time he was trying to get me to set up something in Barara. He was from Buganda, but, you know, the people in the Ankole, you know, they're big popular tribe and everything like that. So, and he also was lying to ministers. It wasn't like he was also shady too. Like he had shade. He had shade. He was trying to get me to do some government stuff. But at the same time, he's middlemaning me to the government, and I'm doing all this work for the government, and I ain't getting shit for it. But he get everything for it because that's how middleman stuff work. And so the process starts to be every time they introduce you to somebody, somebody got to pay them. So boom, let me tell you about this. We had an event. There was a young lady I met. They said, listen, O'Shea is our connection. Anything you do with O'Shea from now on, you got to pay us because he is our connection. You didn't meet him. So it less becomes about me, and they start having friction between them. They fighting over me because he has money, or we think he has money. And this will also happen to you. They will literally fight over you. Or they'll make gentleman deals behind the scenes. Look, I'm going to bring him here, but you got to pay me this. In the agency situation, let me tell you what happened at my event. I wish a guy would say I'm lying right now because I put the receipts out. There was an agency that handled my event. If you go and look at it right here on the channel, the King Ghana Experience, Agaba got paid about $800 to do the hosting thing for that. Some $800,000, something like that, because he was helping with the thing. We had, what's those bartenders? Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna tell it all today. Hold on. Let me tell it all. Amplified bartender. Shout out to them. You're ever in Uganda? Gilbert is great. We already had hired amplified bartenders. Okay. Amplified bartenders has a deal with Diageo, so they can't do any events that are non-Diageo based. So they can't do Pernod Ricard. They can't do Hennessy. They can't do Beef Eater. They can't do Remy. Okay? So we was trying to get Bailey's And Bailey's ended up showing up. So they're not responding. I said, listen, I'm willing to pay Bailey's to come. They don't have to give us a sponsorship, which is crazy because in February, brands have the most money to spend in fast moving consumer goods. Valentine's Day, Christmas season, brands have the most amount of money to spend. They were telling me Bailey's doesn't have any money at this time, which is a lie, but it's okay. I wasn't looking for a sponsorship. Anyway, it's my company's event. Let's just do it. We hire amplified bartending. I have some cases of Uganda Warji. I got some cases of Smirnoff, whatever, for the event. A guy calls me, he says, listen, Bailey's wants to come in at the last minute. But you need to pay. Like, Agaba's the reason why this lady about to get fired from Bailey's. You know, she was shady too. And if she got a problem, I'll go ahead on and just I'll tell on her all day long. She won't be there. Once I drop the videos on y'all ain't gonna. The marketing manager, you know, I'm not even gonna say your name, brother. But you know, your ass is mine too. Okay, don't even worry about it. You'll be at KFC for Christmas. Trust me. Nigga, you are gonna be over there with the next dude that's selling lotion right now, all on LinkedIn, high side, talking about he had a good time in his career, but he's moving on to bigger and better things. Nah, the nigga got forced out. I forced him out. I got his ass up out of there. And you're next. Don't worry about it. Both of y'all, all three of y'all next. And if they don't get rid of you, don't worry about it. I got doctored up. I'm going to doctor up a pre-recorded video for y'all. So it's better for you now to resign before the country know what y'all niggas was doing. It's better right now. Because once it hits these streets, and it's not going to just be on the Kingana channel, I'm going to take y'all over there to the O'Shea Duke Jackson channel. And so let everybody know your company that y'all too hot to deal with. Once the Agio find out about this, they gotta let you go. So I got the whole world in my hands. I got the whole wide world in my hands. I got y'all life right here. Like this. Just juggling with it. All the receipts. Waiting on you to say something. Right here. Say I don't. Say I ain't got it. Say I ain't got it. You will never work for another tier 1 multinational corporation again. You better go to the local company. Your next 30 to 40 years there is you're going to have to start farming to make some money now. So Agaba calls me. He says, listen, go to Stand Big, pay these people the money so they can come out. Now, wait a minute. Why am I not paying UBL directly? If Bailey's is going to come out, why am I not paying Diageo? You got me paying their agency, which I ain't going to mention the agency right now, but they know who they are. And the agency already know. I got y'all, you know, trying to sell Don Julio on the low, your little dude on the side. And if I put that out there, y'all going to be broke too. But I'm going to leave y'all alone for now. I'm going to leave y'all alone. I don't got no beef with y'all for real. But these other two that got to go, that's what I'm talking about. So boom, I go to Stand Big. I go and make the payment to this agency to bring out the brand's properties to the event after I already had a bar set up. So how did they get the money back? Here's my speculation. Agaba goes and tell Bailey's, listen, I got this dumbass nigga by the name of O'Shea. He don't know how this works. This is my last month anyway. So I'm going to be out. So we can make some money by just having him pay the agency. And what the agency does is the agency brings in all the Bailey stuff, the Bailey's ball, the Bailey's bartender. They bring in all of the stuff. So I pay for all that, right? So the Bailey's, what is it called? The Bailey's, what is the Bailey's bar called? Hold on. I'm gonna tell it all today. Wait a minute. Bailey's got a pop-up bar. It's called the Bailey's Treat Bar. So the Bailey's Treat Bar is a pop-up. So an agency manages these sort of things for Bailey. So whenever you see like Budweiser or Johnny Walker never does this by themselves. They handle an agency. They give the agency the money to build up these props, the bars. They hire the bartenders. They bring all the milkshakes, the ingredients, everything out to locations for activations. And then that agency gets paid. And every now and then they switch agencies that do these activations for these big time brands. So they outsource it. So I paid the person that was outsourced. The Bailey's brand manager at the time, or one of her assistants, managed this whole process for me in this scam with Agaba. Managed the whole thing. So here's what I think happened. I already had a bar. Agaba brings somebody else there. I spent about $10,000 to $12,000 for my whole event. I think what happened is the agency came in, wrote it up that they paid for this setup. Oh, that's what this thing can do. They can come in and say, this stuff, because I don't have an MOU, I don't have an agreement, so I don't exist. There was something that happened. We did this. We got to bill you, Diageo or UBL, for this event that we did, even though I'm the one that paid the money for my event. Then what happens on the backside, Agaba get a cut, the Bailey's brand manager get a cut, and the agency get a cut. That's the whole scam there. That's what they do. Then they come right in your house, in your face, as if y'all is cool. Agaba, this punk, this Negro showed up to my birthday party after he did this scam. They had threw me a white party. He there. He talking, damn near about to cry. Man, O'Shea has been so good to me, man. O'Shea done been, you know, he's been a good brother, man. He's like a brother to me. Yeah, that's how you treat your brother? Yeah, you my brother. This is why I'm doing you like that, bro. You right. We are brothers. That's how I'm doing you right now. That's what he did. Don't have me get into the clappers you was trying to get at that night either. Because see, usually I wouldn't put that out there, but yeah, let's talk about how you was cheating on your wife at my event. Say I'm lying. Let's talk about all the women you was the little down bad chick you was bringing to the podcast on the side. Where George at? I was George to come on here. I called George one day. I said, man, the nigga then brought his little side chick to the podcast. Didn't even ask me. He brought his side chicks to the podcast. Not only that, you had your side chick, your wife came to the event at the King Ghana Experience. Once your wife left, the side chick came. Say I'm lying. I'm telling it all. I'm anti-ing it up right now. Say I'm lying. This what you get, nigga. This what you get. Everybody saw it there. Everybody was there. Jonita there, the staff there. We all saw it. Your wife want to know? Tell her to call me. Ask George. Ask George. At my birthday party, you over there getting at the runners. Ask Julius there right there. Trying to get me to go to Ron D's whorehouses and shit. Oh, you weren't trying to get me to go there? Yeah, bro, we gotta go over here to the Ron D's clapper. See, stay on them little clapper sites. Yeah, brother. Yeah, this one right here is one I always deal with. I said, man, I'm not going to that. And the reason why you want me to go to the clapper house with you with the little Ron D's or whatever little down bad strippers you got over there, so you can have me on tape and use that as leverage over me. Nah, I'm not going over there. See, man, you need to take anybody know me, I got enough what I need or whatever I got already. I don't need to go to pay for no little $200,000 for an hour at a little down bad spa. That's what you do, lame. That's what you do, lame. Then come on there on LinkedIn and act like you know what I'm saying, you a married dude. Nah, you not no real married nigga. You be out in the streets more than me. Yes, you do. Say you don't. Say you don't. Say you don't. And your little side chicks don't even be hitting on nothing. They don't even look good. Say you don't. Say you a family man. You stay wanting to party with 304s. Say you don't. Say you don't. You scamming, you unfaithful to your wife, and you a liar, and you broke. Say you did all of them things. Come on here right now and say you not all them things. Don't have me start calling names. This nigga gonna be on there talking about the word Africa is rising. Africa is rising. As soon as I get rid of your ass out of the private sector, Africa gonna rise a lot. Don't even worry about it. Corruption gonna go down 30%. Africa will rise. Once I get done with y'all niggas, Africa gonna rise real quick. Don't worry about it. Africa gonna rise real quick. And your wife that's out there, y'all been trying to have a baby and all that stuff. Like how you scam my chef. My chef wrote a business plan for y'all. Your little Rondé's brother, you used my chef and didn't pay him. Should I bring my chef on here to talk about that? Oh, we got all kind of receipts on you, dog. And you thought you was going to get away with this unscathed. Now you going to pay too. And say something else. I got all the doctors, all the stuff. The Bailey's brand manager, your former marketing manager, your partner who's selling lotion over there at the new company who just had to start in March. And yeah, I'll tie you all to that scam right there. All of y'all, I'll go to LinkedIn and tie you to it. I'll put the podcast on LinkedIn and tie you to it. I'll tie all y'all to it. Because you ain't going to prostitute nobody else in this country. Furthermore, Africans are prostituted in Africa. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the ecosystem of the African brothers and sisters that have to come to America because of corrupt individuals like Agaba, because of corrupt organizations, because of people like his marketing manager who has a speak up report right now, who is going to fight for his life and shit on himself once he sees this live stream. Like the Bailey's manager right now, who is going to be unemployed by the end of this year. Like the mainstream brand manager who had to go ahead and be forcefully resigning and had to go sell lotion because of all the receipts I dropped on his motherfucking ass. How y'all ruined Africa, how y'all ruining Uganda. The ecosystem that y'all do out there so the kids can't get an opportunity. You a part of it. Then when you get people from the diaspora that come, y'all dapping our spirit. And then here's what happens. Y'all start making us hate Africa, which is unfair to the people because there's a lot of good people in Africa. But the reason why this little hatred towards Black Americans and Africans happen when we come here is because of people like them. It ain't Africans, all of them. It's because y'all create the ecosystem for this fuckery, and Africans don't want to say nothing and call it out. Because you know why Africans don't want to call it out? I'm going to tell you why. Africans don't want to call it out because they feel they may do business with this person again, so they don't want to go head on. They don't want to, a lot of Africans don't want to be like, you know what? I may encounter this person again. So because I am dealing with this person, I may need him. I don't need you bitch ass niggas. Be careful. Nah, he better be careful. He better be careful. I'm not. Y'all got to be careful. See, y'all the one that got to be careful, not me. What am I afraid of? You the one that got to fake the funk for them broke ass companies out there that y'all trying to impress. I don't care about the motherfucking companies out there. I'm not fearful of nothing. I got my money from my community. Y'all got to go out there and fake the funk out there every day. Go out there and try to scam somebody. I already got money. I can make somebody talking about your motherfucking ass, nigga. I ain't scared of nothing. So people in Africa get mistreated because they're afraid, because they don't want an opportunity blocked. Don't worry, Africa, I got you today. All my African brothers, I'll let you know, I'll roast y'all. My brother Falcon Black. I love my brother right here. He's a good brother. That's my brother right there. I love y'all. I got this today, Africa. Don't worry. FBA, Black American, African Americans, I got y'all today. I'm going to say what y'all been wanting to say for years about these niggas. Don't even worry about it. I got you. I'm going to tell it all. You ain't got to worry about it. You ain't got to worry about it. Because the ecosystems that are created force Africans to be in a survivalism mentality. And it's not fair that they in their own country and they have to deal with shit like this. It's not fair, and y'all keep them in fear. I wish that bitch ass nigga would do something to me. I wish you would. So I could tie everything there. I wish you would do something. What you gonna do? You can scare them African niggas all day if you want to. You're not gonna scare me. No, you won't. No, you won't. Because you're not going to run up. You're not going to pull up. And if you do, it's going to have the same thing's going to happen what happened last time when you came to my house. You already know. And I wouldn't even put that out there. Because you already had to leave because you know them things is going to be heavy. You're the only nigga that to get knocked out with a flinch. So we already know you're not built like that. We already know you're not built like that. You get knocked out with a fake. So we already know that you're not built like that. You're a buster. You're a buster. And most of y'all over 40 out there are busters. Most of y'all are busters in the private sector. Most of y'all are liars anyway. And busters. Most of y'all. So I'm going to tell it what they do. They prostitute everybody. Instead of developing the community, instead of developing, then they criticize everybody else. Y'all don't care about them people out there? Y'all don't care about Africans? It's this dude right here all day talking about, I'm destroying Uganda. I need to leave. Ask anybody that work for me. Even people that don't work for me. Esther Nanakunda. You know what? I hate to say this. I love Esther, but I can't stand fucking Esther. Esther, tell you, I see Esther all the time. I'll be like, what the fuck do you want? I cannot stand Esther Nanakunda for the most part. I don't, we don't just vibe. You know, I love her, but I can't fuck with her like that. I can't have Esther around me. I cannot fucking stand Esther. When I got rid of Esther, I was so fucking happy, I'm not gonna lie. I love Esther, but I love Esther away from me. That's the truth. I'm glad to what, but I cannot fucking stand Esther. It's not a secret. Everybody know this. Esther tell you that nigga do not like me. But what he did for me was top notch. He loved me like a father. Now, I'm not perfect. I saw Esther in Kenya one day. I was trying to run. I don't fuck with Esther like that. I mean, she's cool, but I can't fuck with her. And it's not a secret. Everybody in Kampala that know me and know Esther, everybody know I don't like her. But the one thing I'm glad to see that she has the talent to keep going on in her life, because y'all wouldn't give her an opportunity because she's too dark. If you want to tell the truth, let's talk about that. All y'all in the industry now, oh, Esther this, Esther that. Yeah, before that, y'all wasn't fucking with Esther. And we all know why. Esther wasn't in the in crowds. She too dark. She too short. Yeah, then she come over and then she get a fair chance and she start killing. And now you understand, oh, Esther this. Y'all fake. Y'all fake. Y'all fake as hell. Now you want to rock with her. But you wasn't rocking with her before. Soon as somebody gets some leverage, you know. I just don't fuck with Esther like that. It's a long story. But I'm glad Esther is doing well. I'm happy for Esther. She just can't be around me. If Esther come in right now to this house, I'm gonna move out tomorrow or today. That's how much I can't be around Esther. But I love her on accident, deep down somewhere. I just don't fuck with her like that. Everybody know. I just ain't talking about it here. Everybody knows. But despite that attitude, she made a video about me that was touching because that's the kind of nigga I am. It's not all Ugandans are colorists. This is not true because when Esther came out on the Pan-African dating show and she was dark, Ugandans loved that. They appreciated that. Not all Ugandans are colorists, but the people that run stuff. Yeah, some of them is colorists. But how come you have people with everybody? Listen, everybody has problems with everybody. I just don't talk about it. I'm talking about it now. You can't live in Africa without not having problems with people. You can't be around blacks in general and not have problems. I don't know where y'all live. You live in Africa and you going around, you don't have problems with people, you're something wrong with you. I just never told it before. I kept it under wraps. But now, and I'm going to tell you what happened. Somebody that was dear to me got killed in February. Once that happened, I was like, okay, it just changed something in me. And it happened right there in Uganda. So it just changed something in me. So I haven't even been giving a fuck. Now I'm going to just tell it like it is. I want those problems from you niggas that say I'm not telling the truth. Come on here and say I'm lying. That's all I want. He can't never say I'm lying. He gonna shut his motherfucking ass up. And in order for black Americans to come to Africa, we're gonna have to have problems. I'm sorry. We need to just let Africa know, before you bring us over there, we're gonna fight y'all. Because we can't get along with how shit is going on there. Don't ask us to come over there because we got to fight y'all. And I ain't talking about a physical fight. We having a fight of ideology. And we cannot be there and become you. We got to come in there and be us. And now we're going to come, because we know a lot of people in Africa, y'all love what we doing, Michael B. Jordan, but y'all want to take what y'all want to take and then keep y'all little informal shit going on and not keeping it real. Nah. We're gonna be there. We're gonna come there and we're gonna clean this up for you. Don't worry about it. And we're gonna fight y'all. We're gonna have an ideological fight. And we're gonna clean this shit up. Because if we're gonna be there, we're gonna expose y'all niggas for what y'all doing over there. And if you don't like it, stop asking to come. Because y'all talking about colonialists and the white man, y'all the one holding y'all people hostage over there. Africa holding itself back. People want to grow in Uganda. Right now in Kampala, man, Kampala used to be so vibrant. It's like the city has died a death. It's like Uganda ain't even the same. When I got there in 2017, it was vibrant. People were happy. Now people walk around. They just not happy no more. It's not the same Uganda that I knew. The city don't have it's not what it was. And you see, it's no hope. It's depression. It's fear. And I see these young people who graduate in college and you see all this alcoholism in Uganda. And the reason why it is because people trying to escape their realities because they know they ain't got no hope. They know it's not fair for them. They know it. They know they ain't got a real shot. They know it. Everybody knows it. So everybody is prostituted in Africa, but here's the thing. We are not bitches. You're not going to prostitute us. If you prostitute me, it's going to be your cheeks that get clapped. One of y'all already got clapped. You selling lotion now. So you already thotting it up for the lotion. In fact, what I'm going to do for you, the next time I self-clap myself, which is going to be very soon, I'm going to go to your little, because you sell lotions and that kind of stuff now. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to lather myself up and I'm going to roll my eyes all the way back thinking about that lotion. Oh, shit. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go right there to OnlyFans and paint it all the way up. These walls are going to get pregnant when I get done with that lotion. Don't even worry about it. I'm going to have all kind of wall kids on in these napkins and shit. Excuse my language. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go buy all that lotion for you, and I'm going to send you a picture of it. because you're at your new job, right? I know what the name of the company is to start with an M. I'm going to self-clap myself and I'm going to have a Pan-African rollback. Oh. Wall kids. That's how I'm going to relieve myself. Every time one of y'all get fired or lose your jobs, I'm going to clap myself to sleep. Damn, I'm having a rough day. What's wrong with him? I think something wrong with him. Yeah, you're right. They want to meet you to bargain you out to somebody else. If they work for a tier 1 multinational, report them. Coca-Cola, Unilever, Stanbic, ABSA, all of them got whistleblowers. Record them. They so stupid, they're going to just send you the text message. Screenshot everything. Get a Google Drive, put all that shit on a Google Drive. They so stupid, they ain't even going to delete it. By the time those reports get to Johannesburg, to London, to New York City, their little informal networks can't protect them no more. That's what happened to old boy over at the lotion house. Oh, I got rid of him so good. One day I'm gonna tell you how I got rid of it. It was easy for him. He was so stupid. He owed me like $1,000. He didn't want to pay me. I went right up there, and he forgot I got high-speed internet. I went right there. I got all the folders, and if he say I'm lying, he already know it's war with him. He'll never work again. He lucky that I'm not really putting too much detail out there, but he'll never work again. All I got to do is send all the receipts to his new job, and he'll be everywhere, every time. But he's lucky I'm going to have some mercy on him. He hitting me up on his work phone. I send the WhatsApp zip file to the people. I send all the infractions from 2023 to 2025. He was doing something every day he can get fired from. So by the time they called him into the office, no, I didn't want to beat his ass. I wanted to make him suffer financially. And then when he actually had to quit, he made a LinkedIn post. I went right over there and congratulated him. He blocked me too on LinkedIn. I was right over there liking posts. Brother, it's so good that you got a new job, brother. You did great for the company. I was right there in the comment section. I sure was. I was right there in the comment section congratulating him. I posted him on my WhatsApp, congratulating him on both my numbers. I sure did. I did. Stay safe out there now. Them niggas need to stay safe. What we said in the community, if you seeing me fight the bear, don't help me, help the bear. Don't worry about me, help them. They the ones in trouble. Help them. They need the help. You ain't got to worry about me, help them. If you see me fighting the bear, don't help me, help the bear. Help them. They the ones that got to live there. I ain't got to live there. I can go back to Sacramento in my drawers and troll y'all if I wanted to for the rest of my day and my life, and it's your fault. Ain't that right, Agaba? Tumasime. Ain't that right? Try something like trying to send somebody over to where you think. Just try that. Just try that. See how it work out for you. See, don't we go to LinkedIn and people start tagging you, and I put out all the receipts on LinkedIn. And then I'll just pay for the whole country to see it, like $50 a day. And you know I got the money to do it too, I'm petty. So everybody in your professional network just see it. This is okay. So you lose your whole job for $1,000. You was making 15, 20 million shillings a month, about $5,000, $6,000 a month. Your whole family had health coverage. You had a company car. Give it up. Bring me the car. They told the nigga, bring me the keys. Bring me the keys. Bring me the keys. Yeah, bring me the keys. Don't fight me. Help them. They the ones that need the help, not me. Help them. You want to prostitute people? Let's see you get prostituted now. Let's flip the switch. See, this is what Africans don't expect. Y'all corrupt ones over there, y'all don't expect the leverage to be reversed. Now the leverage is going to be reversed now. And now I got y'all future here. I got y'all future here. Right here. And I wake up every day in the morning and I can think about, if I can log into a LinkedIn and see your employer, you ain't gonna work there no more. Y'all thought y'all had leverage. You ain't got nothing. All you can do is take this ass whooping and shut your motherfucking ass up. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. Because when I was trying to be fair to you, you wasn't being fair. But it's okay now because I don't need you to be fair. I'm going to make it fair. That's okay. All y'all out here in Africa, only way you going to get her, we got to kill me. That's okay. That's the only way. Because as long as I'm living in this continent, I'm going to make it fair. And there's a lot of y'all out here who going to learn a tough lesson, a real hard lesson about our community and who you can and who you cannot fuck with. But y'all going to learn today. And it's people here who worse than me. It's people here who actually put hands on you and do other stuff. I don't want to do that. I want your jobs. I just want your jobs. I want your careers to be gone. That's what I want. I ruined his life for $1,000. No. I ruined him over more than that. That's what he could have paid me. But he really got me for about all the events I did 3 events with him. That was like $35,000 that he got me off the books. So I couldn't get scaled up. So that $35,000 I just took from his future pay. So the Lord, the scripture, the Lord giveth, the Lord taketh away. I'm the second part. The Lord gave him the job. Then the Lord helped me take it away. You see how the scriptures come in like that? The Lord giveth, the Lord used me to take it away. Ain't how it works. I take it away. So this is what they do. When you are building an independent system, don't take no consultancy. Don't use no consultants. You got to go to the school of hard knocks. I'm going to close with this. Black Americans got to learn how to negotiate in Africa. TJ from Subi Shop, whenever we do negotiations, somebody in your diaspora group do the negotiations. Subi Shop does all my negotiations. He handles all our business. Nobody from Uganda, unless it's like Jonita. I'm talking about just some other person. That person negotiates everything for me. And that person says, listen, this is what it was. This is what it is. And that person's going to be fair. And what I was willing to pay, TJ got it down 30% past that. You send a gaba there. Oh, yeah, it's going to be about $40,000. What? Don't send no Africans that's over 40 that you don't know to negotiate for you on nothing. Especially somebody that come to you. Last thing, avoid everybody who comes to you wanting to work with you. Avoid everybody. I done had a few here. Shout out to y'all. I don't have no problem with y'all. But unless you come in to say hello to me, unless you come in to say, how you doing? And I just hope that my breath ain't stinking that day or whatever, because, I was coming from, I saw one brother, good brother, he stopped me. I was walking. I'm walking down the street. Oh, shit! Nigga, you got me. I thought it was Pookie. What's up, brother? So, anybody coming to you, they say they want to help you, they got ideas for you, nobody successful is coming to help you. Do nothing for them. Do nothing for you. Nobody love you that much. So nobody love you that much. Nobody can help you do nothing. You got to get in there and fail yourself. Okay? That's the hard knocks. You're going to have to go out there, negotiate. You're going to lose some money. You're going to get scammed, but you're going to learn this on the job yourself. It's fruitful if you can do it, but you're going to learn it yourself. You do not hire no consultant like, what's this Negro's name? I'm going to tell you what this Buster's name is. He will never work. Do not go to Gabatuma from this bullshit company here called 14 Nines, whatever he's talking about. And I wish he would hit me with a cease and desist so I can come on here and tell everybody everything. Hit me with a cease and desist. Take me to court. He got a company called 14 Nine Ventures. You better never go there. Yeah. He can't help you. You only go to him if you want to make losses. Okay? If you only want to make losses, get out there and get in it yourself. Now, people can help you with techniques and help you with stuff like that, sure. But the negotiation, you got to be in the negotiations. Okay? You got to learn the industry, learn the business, learn the market. You got to learn that. And it's worth it. If you can do it, you'll do well. You got to learn how to do it. So that's what I'm going to do. Don't get prostituted like I did. Because what you can do is you can cause other people to get harmed. I had introduced him to our group. I could have got Julius and them messed up. Thank God that they didn't do it. But it's the only way that works. You can cause other people to stumble when you bring people who are not vetted. And that's the only time I really got done like that, through him and his network. Most people, if you reach out to me, I will not fuck with you. I don't care if you walk up to me, if you talk to me, I'm not going to deal with you. It's not that I don't like you. Look, he said this. He almost got us. Yeah, now it'd have been partly my fault. And it's not that I don't like you. I just don't want to do no business with you because I already got enough money for what I already have. I don't have the most money in the world, but you can't bring me no more money than I already got. If you coming to me, I got more money than you. That's how I look at it. So there's nothing that you got that I need, and it's nothing that you got that I want. And if you had something I wanted, I would call you. You see how that works? So there's nothing that you got that I need or I want. So the answer is, when you hit up me, email me talking about business, the answer is fuck no. And it's not personal. I don't need you in my, like, there's a reason why you know me. And there's a reason why I don't know you. Because if I needed you, I would call you. Mika, did you work with that? Did you work with him too? I'm living here. I don't mind meeting nobody, but I've been through too much. I've been through too much on the continent to go through it again. I'm happy now. I'm making my little money. I can buy my little tacos and shit. I can buy my little wine. I'm gonna go out tonight. I got some people that I'm gonna go out with. I'm gonna get some wine or whatever. And then I don't want you to bother me. Leave me alone. Okay, I don't want to meet none of y'all for the most part. I don't want to talk to none of y'all. I love you like I love Esther from a motherfucking distance. Okay? I love you. I really do love you. I'd do anything to help you outside of you meeting me somewhere. Because I'm tired of y'all, to be real. I'm 44. I'll be 45 if the Lord said the same. I've been dealing with y'all for over 40-something years. I know enough. That's Africans and Black Americans. So when I say that, don't message me, I mean that. It's not a joke. Oh, Shay, if I went to South Africa, well, they still Black. They still Black. Are they not Black? I love South Africans. They still Black too. So I'm still going to come across the same problem. I'm not going to want to talk to y'all when I'm out there. And I really love South Africa. Don't talk to me. Leave me alone. Let me enjoy. They got Popeye's chicken out there at the Santon Center over there with Nelson Mandela. I can go and get me some Popeyes, get my heart disease up, and I can just leave. I ain't even going to holler at no females there. I can come back and self-clap, align myself all the way up, and go to sleep. Wake up in the morning and do it all over again. Oh, that Popeye's closing in South Africa? Man. Then who would you love being around? Me And my mama, well, I ain't seen her in a long time. That's the only people I want to see. I only want to see my brothers in them. Let me not say that before they get mad. I do want to see them, but not for long. I don't want to see them for long. I don't even want to see my family for long. I didn't see them all my life. I don't like calling home. I don't want to. There's a reason why I'm in my, I give you 30, 40 minutes and I gotta go. God bless you. You women ain't got to worry about me bothering you, trying to get your number. Trust me. I'm on the self-clapathon conversations these days. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I'm truly satisfied with Paul Molina. After I expose these scammers, I'll be so happy. No, I'm not. It's not a midlife crisis. It's just I'm old. I'm tired of y'all. That's all it is. It's not, who got to have a midlife crisis? That means I'm trying to prove something to myself. I know exactly who the fuck I am, and I ain't trying to prove shit. I'm trying to stay away from y'all. That ain't a midlife crisis. That's peace. I've been dealing with blacks all my life. I don't want to deal with y'all no more. So that's all I'm saying. That's not a midlife crisis. That's understanding myself. But that don't mean I want you to get scammed. I love y'all. I really do. From a distance. From a distance, we've all had enough of living by you blacks. From a distance, I got to move from you niggas so you can show up to my house. Don't get me singing that Bette Midler. I ain't got time. That's why I don't never answer y'all for the most part on Instagram. It's not personal. I love y'all. I really do. But keep this in mind. When you living in a foreign country, you living in Africa, you don't need no middleman. You don't need nobody advising you. They are broke. Most people that come in there are broke. They poor. So I've been blocking people too. Like I don't want to deal with y'all. I really don't. In the community, I don't want to deal with y'all for real. I got a few people in my friend group. I got the Giles. I got TJ. It's not much that I want to talk to y'all about. I don't want no business partners. I don't want no new friends. I just want you to leave me alone. That's all. Black fatigue. No, it's not black fatigue. It's just that I just want you to go away. That's all. Let's go over there. I love you. I don't have black. I love living around y'all. I love blacks. Like I love to watch y'all walk this way. I want to be at a restaurant where I can just see y'all enjoying, crip walking on the street or shooting dice or, I like Negro watching. In Africa, I just Negro watch all day. I see the Africans walking, talking and stuff, and I see the big booties walking here and there. I see the brothers pushing the sugar cane, the chapatis. I like to watch y'all doing stuff that don't involve me. Go to cafeteria at Acacia Mall and just Negro watch. I love it. I love doing it. I love watching black people do what they normally do. I like watching dudes get shot down on the street by girls. I love Negro watching. I just don't want you to come up and talk to me. That's the difference. No one is forcing you to stay in Uganda, and you right. That's the truth. That's why I ain't there now. So you right. Nobody's forcing me there. And trust me, and when I leave, ain't nobody gonna force me there because I'm definitely leaving. Don't worry about that. Y'all can go back to what y'all was doing. Trust me. It's y'all. Once I get through bringing them people down, y'all can have it back. Trust me. And nobody is trying to take y'all stuff from y'all. This definitely y'all country, family. I love you too. I love Uganda. I love everything Uganda's done for me. But we're gonna expose some of the stuff happening in the continent. And it's unfair to Africans too. It's unfair to Africans. And the Africans are gate kept. Young people are gate kept. The average person in Uganda is 16. It ain't like Kenya where it's 22. Women stay in college longer in Kenya. people in Uganda, it just deters foreign investment. All these problems that people like Agaba create, it stops people from investing into the country. It stops people wanting to do things in the country. It just forces everybody to go to Kenya. Ugandans, well, anybody force you to stay here, okay, cool. So then all the foreign investment goes to Kenya or Rwanda or Tanzania. With that attitude, like I don't understand why people have the attitude. You ain't got to stay here. Okay, so then you want somebody to take their money to next door, to Kenya, to Rwanda, to Tanzania. You don't care about that? You don't care about that? It's literally the same price. It's $100,000 investment for Kenya, Uganda. What are you going to choose? Well, you can just leave. Okay, well then, okay, who's going to bring the new stuff there? Even Tanzania, even Rwanda. Like, wake up. So, family, hope you enjoyed this podcast because I did. I wish. Yeah. Peace. Peace, 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 peace. We out.